Hello, and welcome to the Dream Receiver Show, the show about wellness, kindness, and business. Today we have a sailing coach. His name is Terry Barkman. Welcome, Terry Barkman.
Thank you, Diane. It's excellent to be here.
So grateful for you to be here. Thank you so much for coming. So, coaching on a sailboat. Oh my gosh, this is super amazing. I saw your website and all your excitement and testimonials and all of that is really, really fun. So tell me, how did this all start? What came about this? About this.
I see what you did there. I mean, for me, the story really starts when I was working at a wilderness camp. I was 19 and blonde, and I was teaching ice climbing and telemark skiing. I was outside all the time. And I eventually left and moved on to other careers, and that stayed with me. Because what I was able to do at Frontier Lodge is I was able to give somebody tools and give them training and empower them to step outside of their comfort zone in safety and in trust, and to do things that they didn't know they were capable of. And this eventually led me to coaching. One day, my coach asked me, if you were able to be anything at all, what would you be? And without even thinking once about it, I said I would be coaching people on a sailboat. And I let that land, and I realized that's my one thing. That's what I'm meant to be doing.
Wow. So many people, as you know, this is the Dream Receiver Show, and one of my main goals is to help people to believe that they can achieve their dreams. So many times people just dismiss it. So sailboat, coaching, what made you actually then say, okay, yes, I'm going to do this? What was one of your first steps, like just to go and start going for it?
Well, I think you're bang on with your name, Dream Receiver. I had the dream, and I could have discarded it. I could have pushed it aside. I could have been pragmatic and said, well, that doesn't really exist. It's not a thing. Probably making it be a thing would be a lot of work. I didn't do that. For some crazy reason, I thought, this needs to be a thing. I'm willing to do the work to find out what it takes to have sailboat coaching exist.
So you had to step out of your comfort zone and take that risk. So you're a very good role model for what you teach. The way I saw it on the video was that you have a leadership group team of coaches that you bring on with you. So you're not the only one that's coaching.
That's exactly right.
Right.
Go ahead. On a sailboat, it's important to have a team of people. Mm-hmm. I will spend some of my time actually sailing the boat, and so I'm not available for coaching. And then one of my co-leaders will step in and do one-on-one coaching with somebody while the boat's sailing between the islands and the sun is setting. And there's a lot of reasons why having a team works well for what we're doing.
So do you have actual classes too, or are they mostly all one-on-one, or is it group coaching?
Each day has both. The trips are a week long, and each day has a group session or two, depending on the day. And then there's opportunity while the boat is sailing to get with a coach and do some intensive one-on-one work.
And who are your average client that usually is coming to get coached on the boat, would you say?
I mean, one of our curriculums is called What's Next. And that curriculum seems to attract people who are ready to receive the dream. Maybe they've had some success and they're just ready to stop living somebody else's version of success and step into what's right for them, to get into alignment with their heart and their values and their vision.
Right, and so there's quite a few people that have actually then gone on to something new, something that they never thought of before, or that type of thing. I think it was, I saw a couple people on there say that they never really realized it was possible, and now they realize it is possible. So how many people do you have on the boat? Like, how many people are allowed normally, like in average?
We will be usually 6 to 9 participants. It depends a little bit on the boat and how many we can accommodate comfortably. And then we'll have a group of 3 coaches. So around 12.
Okay, and do you go mostly around the Lower Mainland, or like on the islands, or amongst here, or do you go abroad mostly?
Some of my favorite sailing destinations are actually near Vancouver: the Sunshine Coast, Deep Cove, the Gulf Islands. But I have to confess, we do not have the world monopoly on the best sailing everywhere. There's also places in the Caribbean that are quite nice. We were in Spain for a couple of weeks last September. We're going to be in Greece this fall. And so really, I just want to sail in the best places with the best people.
Beautiful. So obviously, if you are traveling to all these other places, other countries, you wouldn't be owning your own boat and putting it on the plane, or
you know, with
off.
carry-on rules, the way they've changed, and how you have to pay for an extra bag, the boat's just a real expense to fly into the Caribbean or the South Pacific. So we charter a boat. We charter a boat that's already there, and we fly down and get on it.
Right. So how do you make sure that you have the right boat and all of that kind of stuff? Like, do you have a certain system that you go through for finding the right places to charter? Or
yeah, I mean, there's a few charter agencies that I'm comfortable working with. I've had a relationship with them, and I've been taking people out on trips for over a decade. So I wouldn't say that I have a checklist of what I look at when I'm looking at a boat, but I know if it's right.
Right. And for the for your leadership team, what kind of criteria do you set up to recruit? Is it always the same people, or do you build on your team? Or
we have a small group of people who I coach with on the boats, and everywhere I go, people ask me, "Can I be a leader? What do I have to do so that I can be a leader? I just want to be part of. I want to play too." And what's important to me with the co-leaders that we're sailing with is, number one, teamwork. They have to be team players and to work well in the team of 3. And so whenever I plan a trip, I get the 3 leaders together that are going to work best for that trip. Also, we really look at coaches, because we want to have coaches as our leaders. We look at how that coach shows up and who they are when they connect with individuals, who they are when they connect with a group. Sailing experience is on the list. It's helpful if a leader knows how to sail. But we have had a co-leader. It's when you have 3, you can get away with having one who doesn't have a lot of sailing experience. 2 experienced sailors really is enough. And yeah.
Yeah. So do you teach actually how to sail too, or is that not really in the...
People always think that I coach sailing or that I coach sailboats, which I'm not sure how the market works there. Yeah, sailing is, learning to sail is a byproduct on these trips. I enjoy teaching sailing, but I don't think that I would build my life around sailing instruction. The way it works for the participants is they're usually part of 1 or 3 things when the boat's moving. There's the group of people who are sailing. Often they're sailing together with me, and I'm teaching them and creating a safe learning environment for that. And then another group of people will be on what we call executive team building. And then the third group of people are on small group or individual coaching.
Oh, I see. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I was talking to you about coming on and coming and interviewing the coaches and the clients this summer. So I wanted to talk to you some more about that.
Okay.
It sounds like a lot of fun. So how can people get a hold of you to go on this beautiful adventure with you and your team?
Probably the best place to connect with us is on my website, terrythesailboatcoach.com. And if somebody's interested in what we're doing, if you take a look at the videos and you think, hey, that might be me, I would love to have you reach out and we can get on a call and we can talk about if this is a great fit for both of us.
Great. That sounds like fun. Well, I look forward to joining you in this summer.
I'm excited.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Diane. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And be sure to subscribe. And also the Facebook page, Diane Hume Dream Receiver Coaching. And be sure to check out Terry's page as well. And thank you so much for listening and watching.